Hello, friends, and welcome to our streaming services. If you're with us on Facebook or YouTube, go ahead and subscribe so you get notifications when we have new videos. If you're with us here on Zoom, welcome. Go ahead and drop a hello in the chat. And while you're at it, if you're brand new here, go ahead and sign our guest book. Fun. Today's sermon, oh my gosh, this sounds like so much fun. The Fabric of Spacetime in the Church of Tomorrow with Paul Fucile. Sounds very Doctor Who, doesn't it? All right, Workday Wednesdays are back every Wednesday, 4 to 8 o'clock. If you're like, oh, it's too hot, I can't go work outside. That's okay, we got indoor tasks too. Indoor, outdoor, you are all good. So come on, 4 to 8 Wednesdays, we will even feed you. Fun, fun, fun. Contact Rebecca if you know you're going to be there. We have a tentative reopening date. Yay! If everything continues to go as well as it has been, then we will be getting together for in-gathering and a potluck, because you know you miss those potlucks. We had some fun potlucks on September 26th. So much fun, right? You're excited, but we need some people to help with that excitement, help get everything ready to go, right? If you'd like to help out and make this thing a big success, join the relaunch planning task force. I think task force sounds so fun. So much more fun than committee, right? It's like you're tasked with, okay, you get it. Contact Renee at vicepresident@oakcliffuu.org. And we still need you to fill out the reopening survey if you haven't already. Just go ahead and do it today. Today's the day that we'd like you to do it by. Otherwise, we're going to change the time that we go to church on Sundays, and you don't get to complain about it because you didn't fill out the survey, right? So go fill out the survey. Tell us what you miss about church and what time you want to start. Want to sleep in? Tell us. It's on the table an hour later. We could do this, or we could keep it the same. I'm not even going to mention going early. We're not doing that. I better fill out that survey, huh? All right. There's also an updated survey for widening the circle of concern. It's either going to be Sunday afternoons or Sunday evenings. So go ahead and follow the link in the e-blast and state your preference. For a list of meetings, news, upcoming events, and a message from our president, Beth Furry, go ahead and check out your e-blast every single week. It's got everything you need, or visit our website. In addition to these Sunday services, we have Talkback at 11:15 on Sundays. Go ahead and join us. It is so much fun. You don't have to talk. You can just listen and enjoy the conversation. We also have Adult RE every Sunday at 1 o'clock and UUCOC Social Hours Fridays at 9 p.m. All right, that is it. We have no member anniversaries today, but that was a lot of announcements. So you go ahead and you have a very happy Sunday. Bye-bye.
Good morning, and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Oak Cliff. Thank you for having the curiosity and courage to join us. We welcome you, whoever you are, whatever spiritual tradition, gender, age, race, sexual orientation, or background you may bring to our community. We hope you will find here comfort, connection, challenge, respect, and above all, love.
May the light we now kindle inspire us to use our powers to heal and not to harm, to help and not to hinder, to bless and not to curse, to serve you, Spirit of love, compassion, and forgiveness. And now in Spanish. Que esta luz que ahora encendemos nos inspire a usar nuestros dones y poderes para sanar y no para herir, para ayudar y no para impedir, para bendecir y no para maldecir, para servirte a ti, espíritu de amor, compasión y perdón.
Call to Worship and Action by Sharon Wiley. It is said that ministers are here to comfort the afflicted and afflict the comfortable. I say we are all afflicted and we are all comfortable. May our time together this morning be a comfort and a confrontation. May we here find peace in times of tumult. May we here invite tumult into lives of peace. May we here find calm in times of restlessness. May we here allow restlessness to evolve into action. Let this be the place you consider what you've never considered. Let this be the place you imagine for yourself something new and unthinkable. May this hour bring dreams of new ways of being in the world. Come, let us worship together.
And we are singing, singing for our lives. We are gentle, angry people, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are justice-seeking people, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are a justice-seeking people, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are a land of many colors, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are a land of many colors, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are a gentle, loving people, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are a gentle, loving people, and we are singing, singing for our lives.
Because we love one another, we honor each individual spiritual journey. We celebrate life's abundance and service to each other, our community, and the world. We connect with each other in love, respect, and acceptance. Thus do we covenant together.
And now in Spanish. Porque nos amamos unos al otro, oramos el viaje espiritual de cada individuo. Celebramos la abundancia de la vida en el servicio a entre sí, nuestra comunidad y el mundo. Ponemos en contacto a unos con otros en el amor, respeto y aceptación. Así que hacemos pacto.
In our community, we make time each week to share pieces of our lives with one another. We do this because each person in this community has value. Each person's experience matters. We share our sorrow with one another today, knowing that sorrow comes into each person's life, knowing that together we offer comfort. At this time, we invite you to publicly post your sorrows and prayer requests to the Zoom chat or send those to our Facebook Messenger.
When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love when I breathe in. I breathe in peace when I breathe out. I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love.
We also share our joys with one another, knowing that joy comes into all of our lives, knowing that joy calls unto joy, knowing that together our voices can rise in a chorus of celebration. Today, we share the joy of this moment, this community, present and awake together, deep calling unto deep, joy calling unto joy, light calling unto light. Please share your joys publicly by post in the Zoom chat or send those to our Facebook Messenger or speak those aloud.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stems of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
I was leaving downtown Dallas one evening late, a couple weeks back, and I was headed over one of those cool futuristic suspension bridges when I thought to myself, what if the future is already here and we've just failed to accept it? I flashed back to my childhood where I watched Star Wars, usually The Empire Strikes Back, at least once a week. And I saw every Back to the Future movie on the Friday that it came out on VHS. So I thought hoverboards were awesome, of course, and maybe I'd be better on those than a skateboard. Oh, and jetpacks, those were cool, right? How amazing would it be to have a jetpack? And hover cars, I guess because I didn't drive yet, it wasn't really a big deal for me. So, but the coolest thing, of course, sneakers that lace themselves up, right? And tie themselves. You just pop your foot in and it's good to go. And they were high tops. Awesome. But here's the crazy thing. Many of those cool gadgets already exist. But sadly, I don't think lightsabers will ever come into being beyond novelty. They just take too much energy. But I have seen the Royal Navy use jetpacks to mount a small British destroyer. I've seen hovercrafts in Shenzhen, China, but no self-lacing high tops. That's sad. But we do have robot lawnmowers. I have a robot vacuum, and I love it. And Siri usually knows where I'm going depending upon the time of day and has directions ready for me. And all of this, of course, is thanks to AI. So in almost less than 100 years, we've gone from tractors with lawnmower engines fueled by ethanol to supercars that do 0 to 60 in 3 seconds with no fuel at all. This is super cool and very futuristic. But I hear you. You're skeptical. But maybe that's exactly it. The future is here. We're just too skeptical to accept it. I drove down 30 headed west for another 20 miles or so until I got home, wondering if it's really 2021, then why does it look like 2011 or maybe 2001? With the exception of LED billboards, which are super annoying, and express lanes, has much changed? And what would it really look like if we accepted that it is 2021? Is it my perception that needs to change, or does reality need to change? Can we separate the two? Alas, we are the captains of our own ships, and while it's safest at dock, to live is to set sail. Which ocean are we in, you ask? We are not the drop in the ocean, we are the ocean in the drop. I remember the first time my mom heard me preach. Maybe it was here at UUCOC, maybe it was the actual first time I preached. She said something to the effect of, y'all do church differently. And so I wondered, is that because we're in a different context, a church tradition, I mean, or because it's a different period of time in history? Or was it because she was a different person the last time she went to church? You know, a person never walks through the same river twice. I am fascinated, all of that is to say, I am fascinated by the idea of parallel universes. Fascinated from a physics point of view. Yet, the more I experience this world, and I've gotten around a little bit, traveled most of the continental US, the islands, Maui, Puerto Rico, northern and southern Europe, and not as a tourist. I've really tried when visiting different places to live as if I've lived there. Shop there, rented flats as opposed to stay in a hotel, that sort of thing. And I've met lots of different people, and some I've developed really lasting relationships with, and others we've only had brief moments together. In many ways, our stories have overlapped, and many others, our realities are distinctly different. For instance, my friend Elizabeth in Australia has large parrots and koala-like animals that just chill on her patio. But we both know real well the conservative regime of, or the regime, oppressive regime of conservative Christianity. So physics describes parallel universes in a tone that parallel universes are otherworldly. We, us, I, do not interact with the parallels as they are an entirely other lived reality. But I'm really curious, are parallel universes just something of science? Or is it also a way to describe how we socially construct reality according to each of us in this galaxy, this universe among many that's infinite? In each of us, our own stories is our own lived experience, and that lived experience is colored by previous lived experience. The thing about lived experience is it's often ineffable. But because we're social creatures, really what it is that we don't know how to give voice to it within the context of others. And so we search for ways to give it context in relation to others, or we look for ways to understand it in that context of our relationship to others. And sometimes we keep it to ourselves, maybe because we think we're weird. Sometimes we do it for our own grandiosity. I'm a special person. I'm the only one that could ever have that experience. And so there's this sense, regardless, that a lived experience doesn't always necessarily fit within the social context. And so despite what modern psychology would tell us, the reasons for keeping lived experiences to ourselves are as vast as the reasons that we share them. But those lived experiences might help characterize what a parallel universe and a social construct might be like. But as fascinating as all this is, there's something magical abreast in all of it. And the magic is called community. We'll come back to that in a little bit. The fabric of space-time is defined as the intersection of three dimensions with time. Now, one dimension is like a dot or a line, which is a connection of many dots on, we'll say, a sheet of paper. 2D is like the flat surface of that paper that we draw those dots on. 3D, on the other hand, is the whole piece of paper that we can hold out in front of us, turn it around, and look at it from all sides. Serving as a minister of a Christian church has meant that I've often had to look anachronistically at a historical picture of reality and align that picture to the present day reality. I know that's a little redundant. In effect, what it means is that I socially construct the reality of the congregation around the doctrine of a particular religious view. And that's how most mainline ministers function, is this creating this alignment. So it's, the way I see it, it's more two-dimensional, kind of like overlapping transparencies, those little clear sheets of paper that your algebra teacher worked way too fast through the whole class with. And then you're like, okay, we'll just see what happens. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this two-dimensional, sort of perspective. Everyone has a right to their own perspective until that perspective is put into action, limiting the rights of another person or community. Truly, it is only this place of transgression that we should cast judgment on other churches. But then if mainline church is 2D, then UU churches or fellowships present the possibility for a third dimension. And not just the third dimension itself, but the culmination of all of them that makes the object 3D in space. This appears to be a very auspicious claim. Maybe you're right. Yet if we look around at mainline traditions, not just Christian, many, if not most, function like the overlapping transparencies aligning the present to the past narrative, again, anachronistically. Whereas UU creates a space where all of those narratives are possible, asking that no one person is called to conform to the other person, with the exception of the rule of do no harm. Now, if we look into the world right now, right, it's experiencing a massive paradigm shift. And I got to tell you what, we're in style, baby. Paradigm shifting is our jam. So grab your hoverboards and your jetpacks, because this party is going to be on fleek. Whoa, 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 Paul. What's on fleek? I don't know, but it sounds cool, right? We have a unique opportunity. A unique opportunity to help usher in a future that goes beyond 2 dimensions and shows all of us around the depth of 3D. Reality isn't just a 2D VHS movie. It's a 3D with Dolby surround sound system. What's more is we aren't just watching it. No, we must go to the place in our hearts and our minds where that skepticism is and put it at bay. And then buckle up, baby, because living 3D is going to be a wild ride. That's right. Hold on to your skepticism. Put it in its place. Give it its boundaries. And tell it, you will not dictate the terms of my reality or limit the possibilities of my perception. Now close your eyes. The cosmos is within us. We are made of star stuff. We are the way the cosmos knows itself. We are the universe contemplating itself. Carl Sagan. I'm so proud of all of you. Our world has been turned upside down. Fear and mistrust have been abound. And you, this community, our community, we've taken it in stride. We really have. One of the first local churches to go virtual without a second thought. More concerned about the safety of our community than our own comfort, you were. Church meetings, RE went virtual immediately. We established telephone trees to check on one another, pastoral care, Facebook social meetings, all set up to make sure we stayed connected. And we have. I'm so proud of you. Because the magic of community is the faith that we are stronger together than we are apart. UUCOC began laying its roots in 1961, and those roots have grown strong as a tight-knit, intricate web, precisely because we've accepted multiple forms and we encourage and invite multiple forms of diversity. And that's provided us new and exciting and fascinating ways to grow. So the time now, the time for a new and large branch is upon us. The possibility for even greater depth is laying at our feet. And we all recognize it, we do. We approved of the expense for the renovations. The endowment so graciously provided funding for it. A team of church leaders have worked tirelessly to ensure it's done and done right. The playground was renovated. The gazebo was renovated. Thanks to the work and donations of church members, the children's RE room was renovated and received new fixtures and such. During a worldwide pandemic, we grew. While everyone has been sequestered at home, clinging to their small circles of community, we literally expanded ours. That's what a church of the future looks like. And I kid you not, if future's now. If you don't mind, will you do me a favor and close your eyes again, please? I want you to take a really deep breath. I want you to inhale, feeling the pensiveness of the anxiety of this past year, the angst, the fear, the anger, binding your hands into a clenched fist, weighing your feet down at every step. Feel that now. Bring all of those feelings into your lungs. Get it all in there, just until your chest feels like it's going to burst open. Now, a really, really big exhale. Get it all out. All of it bundled up in this cloud of smoke that's been choking you, making you sweat as you sleep at night. Get it all out into this cloud. Can you see that cloud in front of you? It's holding all of those emotions, all of that anger, that angst, that tightness in your chest and your arms. Get it out there. Can you see it? Now, let it go. Blow that cloud away. And then watch it as it drifts. Push it out of your sight. You don't have to carry that weight anymore. Now imagine for me, free your mind to wonder. You might want to keep your eyes closed for this. Free your mind to wonder, to just feel the moment. We have a newly renovated church. New siding, new paint. The tree limbs have been trimmed back. And waiting, you can see in the distance, you can see the front doors again. But like it was the first time, because the church looks new. And those doors are opened wide. And whomever you can imagine is waiting and ready to walk through those doors. Ready to experience the depth of our community's wholeness and connectedness. Waiting to be welcomed, to be greeted, to be hugged for the first time in a long time. Who do you see standing next to you, waiting to get into those doors? Of course, you see those we built this community with. Now imagine who's new, because there will be new people. There's absolutely no doubt about it. We're primed, ready, and we all want it. We've never met them before. But we feel as if we've always known them. Some of our stories overlap, and some of them are entirely otherworldly. Nonetheless, we embrace them with the spirit of community, accepting the overlap and looking forward to hear about the otherworldliness. The feeling is so open, so at peace. We are a community of welcome for all. We are more than a refuge, more than doors we simply pass through. We are a home, waiting to pull up another chair, already building a bigger table, so anyone and everyone can just be. We as UUCOC, a community, can become the Church of Tomorrow. Thank you all.
We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know we're there, and we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there. But we know we will. It will be hard, we know, and the road will be muddy and rough, but we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there. We know we will. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. We are going. Heaven knows where we are going. We know we're there. And we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there. But we know we will. Oh yeah, yeah. 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 Oh yeah, yeah.
Today, as you make your pledge or offering to support this community, let the words of Heather Christensen inspire you to generosity, individually and together. Unitarian Universalism is a grand vision of a world filled with peace and justice, love and joy. That vision is embodied in a few large congregations, numerous mid-sized congregations, and many, many small congregations. No matter its size, every congregation depends on each of its members. Each one of you, by your commitment of time, energy, and resources, helps make that grand vision real. Individually and together, we are Unitarian Universalists, building a world filled with peace and justice, love and joy.
Receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. De ti yo recibo, a ti te doy, así compartimos y vivimos hoy. Receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. De ti yo recibo, a ti te doy, así compartimos y vivimos hoy. If You Are Proud of This Church, by Michael A. Schuler. If you are proud of this church, become its advocate. If you're concerned for its future, share its message. If its values resonate deep within you, give it a measure of your devotion. This church cannot survive without your faith, your confidence, your enthusiasm. Its destiny, the larger hope, rests in your hands.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Extinguimos esta llama pero no la luz de la verdad, el calor de comunidad o el fuego de nuestro compromiso. Estos los llevaremos en el corazón hasta que estemos juntos otra vez.
One more step, we will take one more step, till there is peace for us, and everyone will take one more step. One more word, we will say one more word, till every word is heard by everyone. We'll say one more word. One more prayer, we will say one more prayer, till every prayer is shared by everyone. We'll say one more prayer. One more song, we will sing one more song, till every song is sung by everyone. We'll sing one